Well, the driver that's going to take a victory lap in this episode of Wind Tunnel has been at it for 22 plus years, wheeling late model sportsmen across the Granite State's bull rings, including Monadnock, Claremont, and Lee, USA. Ricky Bly joins us now. And Ricky, you're used to winning, but not leading in championships. Tell me why you quit points chasing so many years ago.
I lost 2 championships, one by 1 point and one by 3 points.
Say it ain't so.
I said, yep, I've had enough of that.
and yet this season has been phenomenal for you. I think the worst that you finished is what, 5th or 6th. You've got victories in the lead at Claremont Speedway. You are just making mincemeat out of the competition in the Late Model Sportsman Series, and you're in the midst of the title chase for the national championship in Division 3 of the NASCAR Weekly Racing Series. So all of a sudden, even though you don't want a points chase, you're winning, and winning is putting you into the points conversation.
Right. We're having fun.
When you look at this season, what's been the difference?
I don't know. I mean, last year we won a pile of races, and we had a lot of bad luck, lots of bad luck. If we weren't winning, we were wrecking. And this year we went into it with a really good car, and it's just, everything's just been clicking right off. And every week we do minimal stuff to this car. I mean, we don't touch nothing on
it. You're kidding.
I mean, every once in a while, I'll send it back to the guys that built the car for me. I helped out. I built a lot of stuff myself on it. And we just go back through it, and they find the little things that I keep missing. And that's kind of made a big gain on everything. And the chassis builder's son started racing a few years back. And now that he's been racing, they found a lot of info of their own, which has helped us out a lot.
You said at the outset, you're having fun. Can you describe to someone that has never strapped themselves in a race car just the level of fun, especially when you've got a car that reacts the way yours has this year?
I always said, if you don't get butterflies before you pull out on the racetrack, you're not having fun. The fun's over with. You don't have that feeling anymore, like you want to race anymore. And to this day, every time I go line up to go out on the racetrack, I just get butterflies in my stomach. And once I'm out there, they're gone, and it's like, okay, let's go to work.
Like so many, your love affair and passion for auto racing was handed down by your mom and dad. And I know you lost your mom last year, and you've kind of dedicated this season to her memory. But now you're paying it forward, because I understand there's a little racer that's at Victory Lane every time you go. And a little birdie told me that your 6-year-old daughter, Rowan, can turn left pretty nicely as well, and that she is going to follow on Pop's footsteps.
Oh, she's picking it up. I mean, I get to that point where I get a little frustrated. I'm like, come on, let's go a little faster. But I keep forgetting she's only 6 years old. And I told her, I don't care if you go 5 laps, 20 laps of the race. I go, as long as you come out and you have a smile from ear to ear, it's all I care about.
Can you explain how special that bond is?
Oh, it's crazy. I mean, every time I get out of the car, she's right there. Every time we go work on the car, she's right there. She's been full force into it, hands on everything, ever since she was little. I mean, she's 6, but she's little, but she's something else.
Does she ever, give you pointers? Is she, after a performance, maybe where you didn't win, but you finished second, does she tell you what you needed to do to be first?
No, she always asks me why I didn't win. What's going on? Why aren't you winning? Why'd you lose? Why'd you let that other guy beat you? Yeah, she's something else, and she's not afraid to tell you. She'll tell you that you didn't win and you need to step it up.
Let's talk a little bit about I'm very fortunate coming from the Northeast and being involved in the New Hampshire Short Track Racing Association's modified series with the Whitcomb 5 this year. When you look at Monadnock and you look at Lee USA and at Claremont, these are three very tough little bull rings. And while there's a lot of similarities, you got to be elbows up right from the drop of the green flag to get around quickly at any of those three tracks.
Right. I feel Monadnock is the toughest place that I've raced at.
Why?
I mean, I feel you have to be elbows up more than anywhere else because no two corners are the same. Everything is different. Yes, everyone says Claremont's very weird, but Monadnock I felt was the hardest track to adapt to because it's so small. The speed is incredible. I mean, people don't realize how fast you're actually going there. I mean, I feel we're going faster there than we are at Claremont because it's you anything happen in a split second there, and you always have to be eyes forward, be on your game, and that's the biggest thing is like be up on the wheel. I think that's the biggest place to be up on the wheel.
Week in and week out, you unload off the trailer, take the old number 28 out on the racetrack, and you've developed a family following no matter what racetrack you go to, as the folks in the stands have really identified with what you've accomplished over the course of 22 years. How important is it to have that racing family?
And I feel like we gain more and more racing family every year we race. I mean, like it's just crazy how everyone gets together, and it's such a big family. Everyone at the racetrack, I consider as family people. Like I've met more people from racing than I could ever imagine in my life. It's the coolest thing ever.
And unlike the premier levels where they get on their helicopter or their jet or their $1 million motorhome and tell Joe Gibbs and his team or Roger Penske and the crew there that he'll see them the next week. You load it into the trailer, haul it back to the garage, get your friends and family to go in. And I'm amazed that you really haven't had to do that much during this championship run. But this is a passion that's hard for people to understand because it's not just race night. It's some late nights in the garage and getting ready. And then winter hits in the Northeast and blanketed in snow. And how much time do you spend just bench racing during the off season?
Oh, we tear them apart and go from the top to the bottom and bottom to the top and front to the back. Completely build a whole new race car, like a race car you just built.
Ricky, we wish you nothing but the very best as we hit the stretch drive here at Claremont specifically, but also at Lee USA and at Monadnock. Look forward to seeing you there in the mid-September with the Whitcomb 5 championship finale. Until then, just be careful. Those footsteps are actually that wide open engine sound you hear behind you is your daughter gaining on you.
Right.
You enjoy the rest.
I can't wait.
You enjoy the rest of the season, my friend.
I thank you.